Title: Short Change. Characters: Officer Johnson, a seasoned, observant patrol officer. Weary, but sharp. Officer Lee, Johnson's partner. Energetic, tech-savvy, and thorough. Mary, a bank teller. Smart, conscientious, and rightfully rattled. Nick, the bank manager. Anxious to resolve the situation with minimal fuss. Paul, the scammer. Plays the role of an outraged, impatient customer. Deborah, the scammer. Acts as the reasonable one, trying to de-escalate to escape. Int. Midtown Bank. Day the bank is quiet, sterile. Officer Johnson and Officer Lee stand near a teller station. Mary, looking pale but determined, is behind the counter. Nick, the manager, wrings his hands slightly. Paul and Deborah, a well-dressed couple, stand on the customer side, exuding frustration. Liso, just walk us through it one more time, from the top. Mary. Paul came to my window. He handed me a $20 bill and asked for change. I counted out the change, a 10, a 5, and 5 ones. I placed it on the counter. Then he said, "No, I gave you $100. Paul, because I did. I gave you a crisp new $100 bill. She palmed it, I'm telling you. Switched it out for a 20 when I looked away. Johnson, let her finish, sir." Johnson's eyes are on Deborah, who is studying her nails, trying to look bored. Mary, the first, "No, I didn't. I'm very careful." The second, he said that, "I didn't touch the money. I called for Mr. Nick. Nick and I came over immediately." The money on the counter was exactly as Mary described, change for a 20. The bill in the drawer, the one in question, was a 20. Deborah, "Look, officers, this is just a simple misunderstanding. My husband is terrible with money. He probably pulled the wrong bill from his wallet. It's embarrassing, but can we just forget this? We're late for an appointment." Deborah puts a hand on Paul's arm, a perfect picture of a flustered, respectable citizen. Johnson, an appointment? Whereabouts? Paul, it's a lunch reservation. At the Oak Room. Lee, nice place. Mary, the security footage from your station. Is it operational? Mary, yes. It points right at my hands and the counter. Johnson notices a flicker of anxiety cross Deborah's face. Paul's jaw tightens. Nick, I can pull it up in my office. It'll just take a moment. Johnson, Officer Lee, why don't you go with Mr. Nick and review that tape? I'll stay here and get everyone's details. Lee nods and follows Nick towards a back office. Johnson pulls out his notebook. Johnson, all right, full names for my report. Paul, we'll start with you. Paul Henderson. Johnson, and you, ma'am? Deborah Henderson. Johnson, address? Paul gives a vague address in a nearby suburb. Johnson writes it down, his demeanor casual, but his eyes are missing nothing. He sees the lack of a wedding ring on Deborah's hand, though Paul wears one. Johnson, and you have ID on you, Mrs. Henderson? Deborah, I must have left my purse in the car. Paul, this is ridiculous. We're the victims here. That teller stole $80 from us. Mary, the first, did not. Johnson's radio crackles. He holds up a finger to Paul and steps a few feet away, pretending to listen. He's actually watching their reflection in the polished brass of a bank pillar. Paul and Deborah lean in close, whispering fiercely. Paul, we need to go. Now. Deborah, the camera. Paul. They'll see it was a 20. Paul, they won't see anything. The angle was wrong. Let's just walk. They can't stop us. Johnson turns back, his face neutral. Johnson, sorry about that. Backup is on the way. Deborah, backup? For what? Just then, Officer Lee emerges from the back office, her face a mask of professional calm. She gives a slight, almost imperceptible nod to Johnson. Lee, the footage is very clear. Paul puffs out his chest in false victory. Deborah forces a smile. Paul, see. I told you. Lee, it clearly shows you handing Mary a $20 bill. No 100 ever changed hands. The smugness evaporates from Paul's face. Deborah's smile vanishes. Paul, the camera's lying. Or it's broken. This is a setup. Johnson, here's what I think. I think you two have a little routine. The quick change. You cause confusion, pressure the teller, hope they doubt themselves, and just give you the money to make you go away. You target tellers who look young, maybe new. But you picked the wrong one today. Mary here has a good memory. Johnson glances at Mary, giving her a small, reassuring smile. She stands a little taller. Deborah, this is slander. We are leaving. As Deborah turns to go, Johnson speaks calmly. Johnson, Deborah Mitchell. Or, is it Carlisle today? Deborah freezes. The name hits her like a physical blow. Johnson, and you, David Powell. Though you prefer Paul, it seems. Paul looks like a trapped animal. Lee, we've had bolos out for a couple matching your description, hitting banks from Westgate to Springvale. The distracted duo. You always use the same story. Johnson, that appointment you're late for? It's a hearing in county court for your partner in crime, Marco. Deborah here was going to be a character witness. Under a different name, of course. The final piece of the puzzle clicks into place. Their entire facade crumbles. The respectable couple is gone, replaced by two cornered criminals. Paul, the first, want a lawyer. Johnson, you'll get one. Officer Lee? Lee steps forward, already holding her handcuffs. Lee, Paul Henderson, a.k.a. David Powell, you are under arrest for attempted fraud and conspiracy. You have the right to remain silent. Lee continues the Miranda rights, as she cuffs a seething Paul. Johnson moves to Deborah. Johnson, Deborah Mitchell, you have the right to remain silent. As he guides her away, he looks back at Mary and Nick. Johnson, you did good today. You stood your ground. That takes guts. Mary lets out a shaky breath, a wave of relief washing over her. Mary, thank you, officer. Nick, yes, thank you both. I'll be sure to put in a commendation. Johnson gives a tired but satisfied nod. He looks at the two scammers being let out, then back at the quiet, orderly bank. Another small fire put out. Lee, Johnson, you buying the coffee? Johnson, yeah, partner. I'm buying. He gives Mary one last nod, then follows his partner out into the daylight.